shit. Yeah, Pray Tour. What's up, bro? What's up, dog? All right, let's see what we got going on here. Sending the link to everyone. I haven't. What do you mean you're reading? Can you hear me? Sending the link to everyone. Okay, we're good. All right, I have to pee. I have to pee. Oh shit! I just ate the dirt. Oh shit! Okay, we're good. Fuck. What are you reading? Man, I just fucking fell. Holy shit. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Fucking A. Close this, close this. Alright, sign out of that. Bro, I just fucking ate the dirt. Good times. Yo, I just fucking ate the dirt. Oh shit. That's some funny ass shit right there. Alright. Let's see what we're doing. That's funny. Alright, I'm logging out. Am I logging out? Alright, let me just do this. Log out of that. Alright. Yeah. Alright, what do we got? Got a new headset. Yeah, bro, it started fucking storming like crazy. Out of the blue. I'm gonna go wash my hands. Just touch my hair. Alright. Alright. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Oh, fuck yeah, Finn. Hell yeah, nigga.
Yo.
I just busted my fucking ass, dog.
You okay?
Yeah, dude. Oh, shit. Yo, when it starts storming like a motherfucker, our back porch floods. We got tile. Because we got a refrigerator and a freezer outside. That's where we have all the beer. I wasn't even paying it no mind. As soon as I stepped, my body.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, motherfucker.
You gotta be careful, man.
Yeah, I just fell on my ass. That was funny.
You got too old for that shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
You got too old for that shit. I fell on. I had this one bike. Happened to be my neighbor's. I didn't even know, but I was riding it to work and shit. It's like one of those. I don't know. It's like one of those foldable bikes. So it's kind of like it's like a 20-inch bike, but it's like a scooter kind of thing. Like it like a. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It moves pretty fast, but it's got like just like regular road tires, and I busted my ass about 3 times on that fucking thing.
Bro, what's up?
What's up, Jasper? Welcome.
What's up,
hey
man?
guys, how are you?
What's up, bro?
Hey, do I sound okay, dude? I just got this headset.
Yeah.
I do? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Okay, gotta go. Bye. No, I'm just. What are you guys up to, man?
You remember when what is those?
I want to test this dumb thing out, man. Like, I got this dorky thing. I was about to buy there's a really expensive one, and then I found a cheaper one, so I bought this cheap one. I just want to see if it's gonna work out if I call in, because I always use the wired one. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm trying to. What is that thing that's like AutoZone, but it had like shit inside of it?
AutoZone? That's a store, brother.
Yeah, but it has like all like the vehicles, and you can buy it. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I had a black friend, and he bought one of those little mini motorcycles, and it has like 2 or 3 gears in it.
Mm.
Bro, I was so dumb. I got on that thing thinking it was like an electric bike, or you know what I'm saying? And I let off that clutch. That motherfucker went pew. That's what I felt like I just did on the back porch. That shit was funny as hell.
Mm.
You got a motorcycle, J Dollar?
Hell no, I ain't getting on that shit.
Yeah, fuck that.
Did you grow up on dirt bikes at all? You're out in the South, man. Did you at least grow up on dirt bikes?
4-wheelers, 3-wheelers is what I dealt with. You know what I mean?
There you go. 3-wheelers. Those things were so dangerous, man.
I got the crack on my tooth here, and I got a crack on my tooth
From a three-wheeler?
from a
Do you remember
4-wheeler.
those?
Oh,
What'd you say, from a 3-wheeler?
four-wheeler.
Yeah, 4-wheeler. If you take like a UV light and put it on my teeth, you can see these big ass cracks.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I was
Oh, no shit.
my mom was like, "Don't get on," because my neighbor had a 4-wheeler, and when the parents would leave, we would just get on the 4-wheeler, and she's like, "Don't get on that 4-wheeler." And the first thing I did was get on the 4-wheeler.
No.
Yo, you know those big ass cement tubes on the driveways, the culvert pipes, bro. I'm like, I pressed the brake, but that bitch yanked to the right when I hit the brake, and it yanked me right into the culvert, and I did it. And all I had was a crack in my tooth, and I got like 4 stitches in my shin somehow. I guess like I got karate chopped or something. By that.
Oh,
Yeah,
sounds
shit
fucking
fucked me up,
horrible.
dude.
Dude, I love dirt bikes, man. Yeah, we grew up on them, and then I moved out to Austin, and they charged for parking. I had a job downtown. They moved me to full time, so I instead of paying for parking, I went and bought a motorcycle because it's free parking for scooters and motorcycles. Love it, man. I don't ride it anymore much, but man, I love it.
You ever been on that stuff, Finn? Like dirt
No, I'm
bikes?
not. I'm not a adrenaline junkie or a big boy toy kind of. Yeah, I don't really fuck around with shit like that.
I have personally never owned myself,
Hmm.
but I always had like an uncle or a friend, you know,
Mhm.
something like that who had
Oh
them.
yeah.
And I always fucking wiped out one way or another.
I like those like a cruiser or whatever, like a regular Honda or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I would probably ride one of those, but for the most part, I wouldn't. I'd be like a grandpa with it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not fucking doing anything crazy.
That's
If
what
I
I
go
want.
fast, it's probably just because I'm being a speed demon in the moment. But for the most part, like intersections and fucking other drivers, I would just be freaking out all the time, paranoid as shit, thinking
Yeah.
somebody's gonna
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's valid. That's valid, man. Yeah, that's valid. You should be.
just
You know.
just for my sanity. Like fuck, even on a bike now. Like I'm not even as daring as I used to ride my bike with no brakes when I was young. Like you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
18 and shit, 19, 20, like in the fucking middle of the street, driving with or riding with the fucking cars, and you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like. Oh my god, it was horrible what I used to fucking do. I used to ride my bike. I used to have a beach cruiser. I used to ride around town with no hands, even taking turns and all. You know, I would have to like use it once in a while, but for the most part, I could get through the whole fucking ride without even
Like
touching the
lean.
handlebars. Yeah, just leaning. And, yeah, it's fucking.
Mhm.
That was like the best bike ever, man. That shit
I
was.
had a buddy.
I used to roll blunts and drink beers while I was riding bikes. You know, I used to ride a bike my whole fucking life, man.
I had
Reliable transportation.
what was his name? You hear that fucking bro? All of us, it started like thunder and lightning. I'm like, I feel like streaming, and like it just started. Anyway, I had a buddy. I can't
Hey,
remember his
KDJ, welcome.
name. He was his parents were in the Navy, like my parents were, and he was riding a wheelie through a neighborhood intersection with like a 4-way stop sign, and he ended up getting hit by like a Honda, like a Honda CRV or something like that. Bro, he got like his family, because he was underage, he wasn't 18 yet. His family in the settlement ended up in like $200,000-$300,000 just for being a dickhead in a neighborhood and getting hit by a bike in the neighborhood. They ended up getting like a jacuzzi.
Shit, dude.
They made the
I
back
worked
porch.
with.
Like
I
the
used to work-
parents spent all of the money that their son got from getting hit on a bicycle in the neighborhood.
I'm trying to remember this story right, man. I worked at a job for a little while, and I worked with this girl. Her mother got murdered by like some stalker ex-boyfriend,
Mm.
and the cops fucked up the case. They botched it, and then it went back to trial or something, and she won, and she ended up with this crazy freaking settlement where she was just like, I don't want to say she was set, but it's like, why do you always have money? And then every once in a while she would share, like she would say something about it, but I never wanted to ask about it. But man, it was just a weird story.
Mm.
Yeah, man.
I'm wireless now, guys. I sound good. No latency, no delay.
You got to
Mic
go back.
sounds okay.
You got to go back and listen to the stream. Like you can do that.
I
in
will
real
go
time.
back. I mean, if you guys aren't kicking me off, I'll take it. I mean, I know you guys are kind of,
No.
you guys aren't top tier or anything like some of these guys, but you'll
Top
have me,
tier,
so
bro.
I appreciate you.
Look at this in France. Oh wow! It just like what the hell? It just did all that by itself.
What happened?
It just
I
like
see.
bloop, 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 bloop. It just did all that. Anyway, look at this.
What is? Oh my god! Oh,
What the fuck?
they lighting trash on fire?
Where's that? Is it like full of people? Who's screaming? Where are the people screaming off
Oh
camera?
my god! I wouldn't put that on. Yeah, I would. I would.
Where are the
What?
people
I would've
screaming off
shared
camera?
it.
Where are they?
Oh no, DARPA's fine. It's all fine.
Oh. Ooh,
No,
goodness
man. Do you
gracious.
know the answer to that question? Where are the people screaming off camera? Where are they?
Oh no,
What
it's
kind
just a
of
bunch
place is
of women.
that?
Most of the
You don't wanna
protests
say?
are like nonsensical women stuff.
Mhm.
Um,
Paid protesters.
so
No.
Jay Dalla, what's on your mind today, man? You're always thinking of this crazy conspiracy shit and like stuff that like on the outskirts of the mainstream news. What's on your mind today, brother?
If Iran does anything that stops the flow of oil within the Strait of Hormuz, they will be hit by the United States of America 20 times harder than they have been hit thus far. I've been having a. Y'all know who started insurance companies, right?
Oh, go ahead.
You're gonna say I bet you'll say the Jews.
The mob.
No. It was Coburg Gothas, and they ended up becoming the Saxe Coburg Gothas, and today they're known as like King Charles.
Mm.
Hey man, I'm pouring water. I'm not pissing. Okay.
Okay. So anyway, the Saxe Coburg Gotha made insurance companies, and then they ended up becoming King of England somehow. It's really weird how that happened. So they branched off of fire departments, and then some genius in the fire departments like thought of insurance companies. So could you all this shit that's being blown up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine? Because France, Brussels, London, and Italy, they have a lot of their insurance companies in Iran. So last week, I think they said that insurance premiums on these ships going through the Strait of Hormuz would go up like an absurd amount. The premium would go up an absurd amount.
Right.
But what about all those things that have been blown up and shot, all the oil? Because in Iran, you have insurance. And I imagine if European commerce controls American insurance, I'm pretty sure they have a strong arm in Iran. So do you think they have to pay these out, these insurance premiums? Isn't that a good question?
Hmm.
That's man. Boring.
Because it's known. It's pretty much
You know what I
common
mean?
knowledge.
Like, I don't know why. Like, does it affect you? Oh, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You got to think
There's so
deeper
many
than
questions.
that.
So many similar questions you could ask that are like that. I mean,
Jasper, Jasper,
yeah.
never in your life repeat the sentence, does it affect you? Because
Why?
it affects you. Everything globally affects you.
Yeah.
So when you're programmed to repeat that weird sentence after what I had just said,
Dude, hide your
means
DMs, man,
again
unless
as
you don't
God.
want to. Hey, brother, hide your DMs unless you don't want to.
What? No, this is
What is that? I don't want your
Telegram.
DMs there.
This is
Unless
Telegram.
I'm not looking at them. I'm just saying. I don't know what that is. That
Are you
bar on
drunk?
the side.
Finish.
That's
Those are
Jasper?
DMs.
That's just Telegram.
Yeah, it's Telegram.
All right, never mind.
It's like a news
This
feed
is
and stuff.
this is where the real news happens. Is on Telegram.
Well, what? I don't know. You know, so I guess what I would say to that is, how much bandwidth do I want to dedicate to how much it affects me versus other things that I care more things about. You know what I mean?
Has your insurance premiums gone up in your state in the house that you sit in right now?
Not sure.
Well, who pays your insurance premiums?
House is in my wife's name, so I guess she pays it.
Hmm. So
And
after
yours?
Corona,
Have yours?
we have a mortgage on the house that we live in now,
Oh yes, I don't know.
and
So-
the we refinanced before Corona, but when Corona was happening, the refinance went into effect, and the premium. So our mortgage on the house that I live in now went up like $200-300. So our rent, our mortgage for this house used to be around $1,200. Now it's like $1,500 and something dollars. And
they did raise. Actually, like I do know they did raise insurance in our neighborhood.
Yeah. So
For
you remember
people who
when?
own like homes the size that I live in.
All right. So remember. So you just said, how does it affect me? So that's how it affects you. Your insurance premiums go up. So when global mafia fights with each other, gas prices go up, insurance premiums go up, electricity goes up because hard water prices goes up, and there's a lot of things that goes up.
Yeah.
I
was listening to the radio today, and the person talking on the radio said something like gas prices are going up above $3 and $3.20. I'm in Texas. I don't know how
no.
about
So
you.
oil is back to where it was. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, I don't know.
So all this so when you have something, all right, think about this. How does this affect me? That's the question. We're going to use that as the underlying principle of tonight's stream. How does this affect me? Well, it affects you because it causes when did the Zionists start striking? Like right around here-ish. So it makes gas per barrel go up 85% in a 10-day period. That's how it affects you. But you should understand that anytime that any price moves up way too fast, faster than the algorithm allows it to, there's always going to be a pullback in the price. So now we're going to start seeing that. So what you want to see happen, because Trump just released 400, he forced the European Union, the G7, to release 400 million barrels of oil today after the Jews struck Iran's oil reserves. All right. So that's why you saw 80, because because you remember, have you ever watched Godfather, right? You ever watch Godfather?
Not recently, but man, I like that movie.
You need to rewatch it.
I like
Godfather,
2 better. I like number 2 better.
Godfather is
You see
real
it.
life. When they're in when all the mafia dudes are in Cuba and they're organizing their Las Vegas casinos This is all involved. MGM.
Hmm.
'Cause you remember, like we had the Vegas shooting when they tried to kill Mohammed bin Salman in Vegas while all his pilots were there. Oil prices went up. So you saw the same thing just happen right now. So hopefully you got gas on Saturday or Sunday and not on Monday. That's how it affects you.
All right. What was your day like today, man?
Chilling. Every
Chilling.
day I chill. I have no anxiety.
You gotta trust, man. What do you do?
Do I have
You
a
live on
trust?
a trust? What do you do?
I trust in myself and my wife.
All right. Good. Trust in yourself. That's
I
good.
trust in Heather.
What did I do? Day one of installing a vanity in somebody's bathroom in my neighborhood. It's going awesome, man. Good sale. I got to finish it tomorrow. That's what I did today. Ripping out a pedestal sink, and putting in a vanity. New bathroom vanity.
These are the days when it is necessary to take large views as well as spiritual views, and to pursue with keen philosophical eye great spaces of time and vast regions of the globe, and from the history of the past to derive the unmoved faith and peace which, without such knowledge, we could not have. The reader of history knows that good often does go and come again. It is never lost like the fountain of Erstustra. If it sinks out of sight, it reappears in some distant point of time and space. And on the whole, the world does and must progress. Ooh, ooh, isn't that beautiful? I think it's fucking beautiful. Thomas
Oh,
Pil-
late for this, man. Oh my goodness, dude, it's so late. I can't think of all these words right now.
What you mean?
Is this like, is this when you like get in your rhythm and you start like, you lock into like thinking about all this shit?
What you mean?
I don't know, man. When it's late, I kind of tune out. I bet like, that's nice, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I start relaxing and like shutting down around like, I don't know, maybe like after a certain hour.
No, I never do that. That seems
You don't
insane.
do that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You should always be consciously aware of your surroundings, geopolitically and strategically.
Finn, what do you got? What do you got for the those two opposing viewpoints there?
Oh, shit, man. I'm just here
Okay.
chilling. Man. I really ain't got much on my mind.
Yeah. All right.
Jasper, are you trying to ruin the philosophical discussion that could have been had?
No, I'm not trying to ruin it. You want me to nope out of this one, brother? At least not on purpose.
Oh, shit. But
I'm
sitting here
trying to actually
trying
encourage it. That's why I asked Finn, like, hey, bro.
Now I was
what you got to say,
looking at
man?
the GTA over here because they got mission create. You can create missions now, and it's just so fucking looks very tedious. And I really don't have any ideas. I don't know what the limitations or capabilities are of it. I
Is
should
it-
make one, but just there's so much shit to it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend my time learning how to fuck with this. Maybe I should though. You could like
Did you
always
do
like
on your break, Finn?
nothing.
He's never on a
Nothing.
break.
No. He was going hard. He was going hard for shit. 14 days in a row at least.
Oh, I don't want to brag.
What's going on, dude? What
I
is
said
he
this about a
doing?
lot of things. No other president could do some of this shit I'm doing. No other president. Things I'm doing, nobody else can do. They say it all the time. Sir, could you do this? You're the only one can do it. Oh, I don't want to brag.
Yeah, he's a pimp, bro. It was interesting listening to TJ the other day because, it's interesting. You're around someone who goes through like Corona. Like you see what the government is, you see reality, you see mobsters, you see gangsters. It all makes sense.
Mhm.
And it's weird that people who are older, because I think TJ is older than me, if I'm not mistaken. It's weird, like I knew this stuff like way early on. It's how do you not pay attention to who runs the world and how it's done?
Mm.
Like, it's very confusing to me. I always, to me, it's enlightening. Like, I'd like to know why our insurance premiums goes up, Jasper. I'd like to know why all these magical things that make movies real happen to us in real life. Like it's so important. It's very important.
Hmm.
There are no breaks, and you should never take them, even if you don't do anything in your life.
Like you?
Because nothing amounts to anything. So why should you take that stress with you as you live?
Mm.
It makes no sense. I think one of the most dangerous things for humans was the creation of language, because it allows, like it puts up this wall of fight or like it takes you away from fight or flight, and it puts up this wall of ignorance.
Mm.
All these people live in this wall of ignorance, and they don't know. Like I watched some violence. I've been watching these violence ads, all these violent videos. Like there's so many people who have violence put upon them they have no idea what to do.
I hate that shit, dude.
Like
I get nothing but like the worst shit on Twitter. Like
I don't like, I don't like watching like violent shit. You know, man. Like it used to be. It's crazy that
like
the stuff
seeing
that they put
assholes
out there
get-
now.
I like seeing
One more
ass
time?
or like I like seeing fucking like karma on bad people. That shit's fun.
you believe in karma? You believe in that, bro?
I believe I do. I guess in a superstitious way. I guess.
Everybody's a mod, right?
I don't know if I necessarily do. No, I don't think I do.
Well, I mean,
I
you
don't
get-
know, man. Yeah,
you
I don't
get
know.
what you
You know,
give. I don't know.
knee jerk
how-
reaction today. Yeah, no, I don't think I do. I
As
think
many,
it's hard work.
as
I
many
think-
times as I said, I'll leave it in God's hands. It usually works out.
Right. But is that karma? Is
It's
that
like saying, do you
karma?
believe in luck? And I say, no, I believe in hard work.
Well, I guess I'm just using the word for the like the colloquial meaning.
Right,
It's like
Right.
I think like as like a Hindu thing, or I don't know anything about. You know what I mean?
Like they had it coming. You know, I want to see
Yeah,
someone
motherfuckers will
who
get
had it
there.
coming.
And you know what? And some people it never does. I don't know. Maybe it happens to somebody they love, or you know what I mean, or
Right.
or maybe
Yeah, man, there's some pretty vile people that just like get opportunity
The whole
after
world-
opportunity after opportunity, don't they? Don't they, Finn?
Jasper, the whole world is vile people.
No,
yeah,
are you vile people?
well,
All people are vile.
I don't want to think like that. Are you vile people? Or
Technically,
Finn,
yeah.
are you vile people? I don't
No,
I
think.
mean,
I
I
don't think you guys
wouldn't
are.
say
I'm
vile. but,
cognizant of my insanity. So
like, what
but
are we
there's
defining
people who-
vile? Like just as a whole, or is it like depravity or some shit, or is it just
I
like
guess I don't
or is it
know.
just, like,
Like
dark-
like people who deserve to have it coming. I guess like in the context of this conversation.
like when I'm thinking vile, I'm thinking of like fucking. I'm thinking of like the sex trade and the fucking horrible drugs that fucking kill people and fucking that's some vile shit.
But you would do it if a week's if
Murderers, like cold-blooded murderers and fucking
if the world fell apart, you would go back to animal mentality within a week.
I already am. Like, give me a fucking if anything happened, it'd probably be by the time I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna start
Yeah, and you're
acting like that.
and because you're smart, you know how to deal with it.
Well, I don't know if I would survive, but I would deal. Yeah, I would be able to. I mean, I would manage it. If I could survive, I wouldn't give a fucking flying shit. It's life, man.
Getting more water, not peeing. That's all.
What's up now?
Gotta go gather. Gotta go learn. Gotta go watch some freaking survival videos now. How to build a log cabin.
I already know how to do that.
Yeah, watch some of those. What's it called? Those videos of what aren't those? Didn't they say that those movies, that those videos are like what do they call fake? Those ones.
Oh,
Of
they do build
those
shit.
those
Yeah,
guys building shit in the woods, like hot tubs and shit.
that shit is dope though.
I like watching those. Heck yeah. No, I'll watch.
I would like one of the little freaking
Yeah, like those
shag-
jacuzzis in the woods with all the bamboo like flowing into it, like when the rain catches
gross.
it.
You gotta like drain that shit. Get swampy.
Oh, look at that. Sri Lanka took in a Ukrainian boat. They don't want to die.
When's
Could
this
you
from?
imagine having your whole navy just obliterated? And
Did Iran's navy get whose navy?
this is Iran. This is an Iran ship, and Sri
Oh, okay.
Lanka is taking them in for 30 days. It says
Taking
When's
them
it
in
from?
to help them or to
because they don't want to get blown up. They do not want to get blown up.
And now y'all want to say yeah, dust to America, right? Yeah.
You know, I'm pro-war to the. I love the CIA. I love DARPA. I'm not ignorant. I understand how the world works. Very simple. You know, gangsters run this bitch.
Mm,
It couldn't get any more simpler than that.
right.
And I forget who I was listening to, and he's like, "Bro, these motherfuckers are throwing away their cell phones. They're showing up missing, and they're dead. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine like the anxiety, the just being like some ignorant IRGC, Aryan, Persian shithead, and you're in the military? It's just this shit is so fucking fascinating to me.
It is when fucking you got somebody who just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Like this is how the world works, sir.
You got these motherfuckers scared, yeah.
And that's the way that's the way it needs to be.
I don't know what these guys are. All this freaking you delve into any of that Epstein shit?
Epstein, The Rock,
Epstein.
Jeffrey The Rock.
The Rock. Oh god.
That's what it means.
Oh really?
Epstein is The Rock. The core.
Shit.
How long was he operating the way he did? I heard something recently where it's like, dude, he was the guy for a very long time.
Well, he was
Way
probably
before we
raped and
were-
abused till he was in his teens, and they trained him in his mid-20s. And by the age, remember when he was 30, the Rothschilds put him on the Trilateral Commission. So
Mm.
he was a consigliere. So you remember this, so like the Rock, the Epstein, and like Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg is Steven the Spellcaster, Steven the Wizard. That's what like Spielberg means. And Epstein means the rock, the foundation, the core, things like that. So you got wizard, witches, warcraft, and sorcery, alchemy.
Yeah, because they're probably not real names either, huh?
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein's name is probably like Stan von Hebowitz, like some crazy shit like that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But you're seeing the real life gangsterism. Like Epstein was a consigliere of the Rothschilds. And he was paid handsomely for it. He because you remember, so the FBI was created by King Louis of France's great nephew. And the operations of strategic services was initiated and established by Napoleon's great nephew, or something like that. Or it might be vice versa. One of the Napoleon and the Louis family started all of our intelligence services. The biggest traders in London is Napoleon's family and whoever the hell Napoleon was fighting during his expansion, Leon Fonte, or one of those assholes. They run London trading with the Rothschilds, the Habsburgs, and the Hesse families, and the Saxe-Coburg-Gothas, who haven't changed their names into the Windsors.
Ah.
Yeah, they created fire departments. They created insurance companies. They created borders of nations.
When?
Yeah, like Africa. Shit.
Yeah. Africa was supposed to be divided by, like, you could argue, like, between 5 or 6 people. The whole of Africa was in charge, the vested interest was put in, like, 5 people. The Greater Israel is the French-mandated area of Damascus and the British-mandated area of Palestine. You know what I mean? When the Ottoman Empire fell, as a part of the deal for the Ottoman Empire, which today is Turkey, got to go into what we call today NATO, or the Hanseatic League, or the North Sea Empire. They gave the deed to Israel to Queen Elizabeth as a birthday present. So King Charles controls all of the land of Israel because the Turkish people gave the land deed to that land to Queen Elizabeth as a birthday gift. And that's why Turkey is the way that it is today.
Which is how?
What?
How is Turkey today? I don't know about Turkey today.
Symbiotic.
Symbiotic.
They flow as the water flows. They're not going to have another Ottoman Empire happen to them. There's no way Erdogan and all those money makers in Turkey are going. It's not possible. Impossible.
What does Turkey manufacture?
Lots of things: textiles, commodities,
Turkish delights,
food stuff, knitting, all that stuff. Turkish
baklava.
You remember Jeffrey Epstein? He made his little blue and white castle out of the Turkish bathhouses.
Turkish
So
paper.
his little thing on the island is a butt fuck temple.
Butt fuck palace.
It's a butt fuck palace. It's a bathhouse.
Gross.
Where's TJ? I can yell at TJ right now.
Where's TJ? Does he stay up? How does that work? What does he do? Do you guys
He's
know?
probably.
I don't want to know that much, but
Oh, there he is. Bro, I spoke him up in that motherfucker text. Can I finish? Do y'all believe? I'm going to ask Finn. Jasper, shut your mouth. Finn, do you believe in
Love after love?
not sci-fi telepathy? None of this sci-fi stuff. Do you believe in this quantum conscious theory?
Like entanglement?
Possibly. Do you believe when you shut your eyes and you can filter out the red, you can see things in the bubbles?
Is that metaphorical?
No. When you close your eyes and you're resting in bed
Mm-hmm.
and you filter out the flow of what's happening in your eyes, do you see things inside of the bubbles?
No.
No?
Uh-uh. I don't really don't. We mean like the bubbles, the floaties in your eye, the floaters.
Jasper, do you see things?
No, I wear a sleep mask. I don't see red. I know what you're talking about.
Like
If it's
the
light out, I guess,
yeah,
right?
the light. Yeah.
No,
Um,
no,
This
no.
is
Yeah, I mean what the light creates.
this
I
is
don't
why
see
the
that.
40
Not when I'm
hour.
asleep. I mean, I guess like
I really
if I
don't
want to fall
understand what
asleep, I
you're
wear a sleep
asking,
mask.
but
All right, so this is why the 40-hour work week was created, to stop people from taking a nap and to stop people from having dreams where you have epiphanies and deep thought. So when you lay down on your bed, especially on your back, especially if you're taking a nap after you've been up for the day and you've gone through your daily routines, if you can rest yourself without falling asleep before you fall into your nap, you can see visions in your eyes. Have y'all ever had that?
with
Like
that
what?
with that
No, I've never
approach,
seen like a hallucination. If that's what you're
No,
referring
not
to, like a
no,
scenario.
I was explaining on. I explained this a few times, and I don't know if people think I'm crazy, but nobody really like challenges me or like questions me on it. But I really like have done it. Where I got this from like I don't know somebody on YouTube talking ooh woo shit, and they said next time I think I was thinking of like maybe it was something on the collective consciousness or I fucking forget exactly, but they're like right before that moment you were just explaining when you're sleeping, right before you actually fall asleep, and if you still got
You're still aware.
still aware, and you then at that moment, I don't know what like if you could ask the genie, so like I wouldn't know what to fucking ask for, or if you could walk into the cave of wisdom, like I don't know what to ask for, you know what I mean? Like, so I say like show me something, or I'm just sitting there like okay I'm here, what do something, you know what I mean? Or like
So you've talked to your conscience.
it gave me a name.
your head.
It gave me a name, Salvatore, and I only know one Salvatore in my life. And that wasn't even my homeboy. That was my cousin's homeboy from 1991 or 2 or 3. You see what I'm saying? 2 days later, 3 days later, whatever it was, after, probably 2 days after, on my routine to go to that freaking corner gas station and get a big cup of coffee or cappuccino, whatever the fuck I was drinking at that time. And I seen him at the fucking gas station. And he knew exactly who I was. He knew exactly who I was, and I seen him, and I said, and I was like, "Oh shit, what's up?" And I didn't say nothing to him, and I fucking said, "I'm never doing that again." I said, "I'm never doing that."
You ever had anything like that?
No, like what you're saying is like a vision or some kind of a
Well, I guess I could be like, I guess I could be like, "Hey, where am I gonna?" I could have asked any question, or I could have asked for for material.
But you got the guy you saw.
I just like show me something. I'm here. I don't know what to do with this shit, nor do I want to play with it because I'm like, well, fuck. There's things like you open a door. Not only can you walk into that entrance, whatever's on the other side can walk out as well. And I didn't want to, with that kind of thought, I was like, I don't want to be playing with shit. I really don't fucking know what I'm doing. I really don't want to play with shit that I don't really know what I'm fucking with. It seemed a little bit too real when I got that fucking name real clear. I went to bed right after that, whatever. 2 days later, saw his ass.
Remember, Finn, the other day, you had a deja vu with us.
That happened to me
3-4 days ago, 5 days ago.
Probably. Yeah, I have deja vus. Like,
yeah. Jasper, have you ever? Did I just lag?
No, you're fine. Now I'm freaking.
No, you're good.
Now you got me talking. Now you got me thinking about shit. Good question.
Jasper, have you ever had those dreams, those thoughts, those processes? Here it goes. It did it to me.
Be more descriptive, man. Like what?
Like any kind of experience, like what I'm talking about.
A dream that, a dream that, like, when I, like, after I wake up from it, something like, something similar happens in real life, like that.
Or maybe it is. Maybe
Jasper,
it did.
sometimes I think you're CIA.
Yeah. You don't know me that well.
I think there's been there's two separate instances here. I've seen myself working at places before I was even working there. And when I was working there, I was like, oh shit, I saw this before.
The answer is no.
And
I
it
never
happened
really
in
had that.
Comicsgate. And it happened in Comicsgate. I was sitting there, I was like, yo, I've been here before. I'm like, and it's not because it was just like I've been like I saw this shit before in a dream or something. I've been here.
Yes.
I've been here. And then the instances where I can tell you and explain exactly what happened, it was two separate instances in one fucking dream. And anytime that happens, it's always it was always out of some consequence. Like I did something.
Interesting.
I did something wrong and I was facing some kind of consequence. Or it could be something petty, but I did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it happened twice. Or that same dream happened at two different times, and each of those damn times, I was being told about something, right? You know what I mean? One time we were in Second Life, and it's exactly what happened in my dream. And this motherfucker, and I used a cheat bot or spy bot because I couldn't find this motherfucker. And the owner of the sim, the general, he got so fucking mad, and he was like cussing me out and just like chastising me and shit. And I'm like, I've been here before. I was like, this happened before. And then the other time was at the welcome area. We were right at that fucking game table where we all stand on. And then I did something or I said something that somebody didn't like. And then the other person was fucking telling, you know what I mean? I shouldn't have said it, but I said it. And I was being fucking told off or whatever. And there was another time too. It's like anytime that happens, it's always like a thing of like learning, or like a learning moment or something. Fucking insane shit. So I don't really like to. I guess I would. The only problem now is like I drink too. I drink, so I don't even get to that state. You know what I mean?
I think drinking helps you get to that state. To be honest.
Yeah, but it's
I'm starting to learn a lot, dude. I'm learning a lot. Jasper, you've never had lucid dreaming. You've never had early morning conscious dreaming, which is lucid dreaming.
Yeah. I had one recently.
Have they ever? Has it been extremely violent, or has it? It doesn't have to be.
No, I know what you're saying.
Right.
The most recent one I had was like I cheated on my wife, and I was like fucking freaked out and scared. I was freaked out and scared.
If your wife had that dream, that would have been a trope right there.
I was freaked out and scared, man. And then like, but then I realized I'm like, it was a dream. Like, I'm good. I'm gonna get there. I'll be okay.
Like wife, I love you, but
yeah, that was recent.
Get on you in my dreams.
That was recent, man.
Let's say hi to the chat real quick because we've been going. We got Katie, we got Howder, we got Praetor, we got Paulus.
Get more water, guys.
What's up, yo?
We got the Art and the Times of Jay Ryan. Never seen that guy before. Welcome, bro.
Yeah, he's from Bancroft's lunch table. Hello, Art and Times.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's up, yo?
All right, so I'm gonna mute myself one second. Hold on. All right, so man, I feel like
I don't want to, it's like it's a I don't know, man, because we're talking about it, but what do we, like all this stuff is kind of like in your head, like can't really.
It's not in your head. It's not in your head.
Well, to a person who doesn't want to entertain that type of.
Well, they're ignorant.
Well, I mean, are they, or are they just practical or like pragmatic or whatever? I don't know.
A lot of random shit, man. My wife has. I don't have that many dreams, man, but she'll tell me about hers.
It's because you're exhausted.
Or something.
You're exhausted.
So like a nightmare.
Dreams.
I mean, like I'm low on sleep. I am low on sleep like almost all the time, dude.
I have dreams that could ruin my fucking week, my day, my week. Fucking people ask me what's wrong, and it's like, I don't feel like, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds stupid to say I had a bad dream, but like that's why, you know what I mean? I smoke weed and shit like that kind of reduces that shit down a lot. I'd be having some fucking terrifying fucking, and they're not even violent, it's just terrifying shit.
Yeah, because
that pisses me off. I don't even like
They're-
freak out as
That's what
much.
I just explained. That's what I just described. You want a fear? Yeah. Like, you know, if me and my wife were to split up, man, yeah, that's a fear, you know?
This is
So
why I was
could be
saying
like that.
earlier that language is one of the most devastating things to the human species.
Mm.
It takes away from that fight or flight. So it adds your that conversation in your head at an insane amount of times in your life will overpower your true fight or flight dictation. It will overpower that. So language has created this like, you ever just like been pissing or taking a shit, or you're outside and you think of the most insane, most retarded shit. It can be fucked up. It can be like there's a thing, and I think everybody knows it in the field, in this study. And I think here in the next couple, let's just say a decade or two, when the patents, because I think they figure it out conscious. I'm
don't
gonna
you
be
do a
honest.
lot of drugs, dude? Like pot and shit? Do you
What?
smoke a lot of pot? Don't you smoke a lot of pot?
No,
No.
not really.
No.
Not really.
Okay. All right. Where are you
Pot
getting
has
all
nothing to do with pot. So it's
I don't know.
clinically
Like, I'm
proven-
trying to figure out where are you getting all this?
So it's clinically proven
focused
that
on this stuff like all
marijuana.
the time.
All right, Jasper. It's clinically proven that like marijuana, LSD, mescaline, and all that stuff actually fucks with ulterior motives. So mescaline, LSD, and all that stuff makes the likelihood of the individual, if they're not a fucked up drug abuser, it makes it harder for propaganda to work on them. And that's why the brick companies, the companies that make paper, because you remember the mafia, not only do they control casinos, they control cardboard and paper. And cardboard and paper, hemp, weed, and all that stuff gets in the way with their monopolies and all that jazz. And it also has been proven through CIA.gov and other Senate and House documents that have put on the internet that if you're not a straight edge gay boy, your likelihood of being indoctrinated increases or decreases exponentially. So it's proven basically at this point, if you're a straight edge, you're basically a propagandized gay boy. People who are straight edges can barely keep up with reality. They don't have time to nap. They don't have time to get their double doses of REM sleep at night. Their anxiety is higher. Their that stuff that gives you eczema, whatever that thing that dumps in your body when you're stressed out, that gives you like eczema and all that stuff,
Oh, I don't know.
increases significantly.
Norepinephrine or something.
Yeah,
like
and when you
that?
smoke
Oh, that's how
weed,
you say it.
likelihood of you getting like, bro, it's fascinating. All this stuff is proven. It's proven. It's all proven. Everything is proven. And yeah,
you know. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Finn. Go ahead, Finn.
I was gonna ask Jasper, like, that like your mind is capable of like crazy shit that you would never believe.
Yes. We're only using a fraction of it.
Well, that's not the point. No, that's
not
not true
okay.
either. That's
Go
not
ahead,
true
though.
either. That's not true either.
So
That
you
we
know,
only
like,
use like a part of our brain at a time. Like that's not true at all. We use
it's
all
not
our
true
brain
at all.
the time. We use all
Like
our brains at all the time. Like I don't know.
You know the neural pathway thing? Like when you do this and you do this, and if you keep doing it and doing it and doing it, it'll create neurotic. That thing is completely fake.
Really?
Fake. It's not real.
No
That's
shit.
not how you
I was
create-
banking
and-
on that. I thought I was doing that so I could play guitar.
No, that's not how it's done.
Like one day it'll fucking connect, and I'll
Nope.
get it. My synapses will entangle, and new neural pathways will, allow me
It's-
to, move forward.
That's not the
advance.
way the brain works.
The brain is a muscle, then.
Well, your brain is basically
A clump of cholesterol and
Cholesterol.
electricity.
your brain is cholesterol that can handle functions of the conscience.
That's crazy.
That's it.
And that's a fucking psyop too. The bad cholesterol shit.
Yeah, you need cholesterol. You need protein. You need carbs. You need sugar.
You don't need those like oils and I mean like less fried food to be. That's probably where like the shitty fucking crappy processed foods. That's where that shit comes from.
Yeah, well, processed food. So what they have done is they've taken the plant and they've made like artificial shit. And they can make artificial shit far faster than a plant can grow, and you can harvest it, put it into production, and move on.
Right.
And just like the periodic table of elements, Jasper, do you know why there are missing numbers on the periodic table of elements?
I
Mm.
don't know why.
Because we haven't discovered them yet.
How did they figure that out though?
They're not in our. They're not in our solar system.
They're not native to it. Oh,
Well,
Mm.
no. So you made it sound like they designed the periodic table and they left some blanks open.
Well,
Is it
they
because
definitely.
is it because there's some
uh,
like family in between, like one of another that like, okay, I know there's something here. It's almost like an address, like, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot
Well,
in
it's by
between,
weight.
in between homes on a street. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
periodic table is based upon weight of the elements, basically. And we are missing weight of elements because they don't exist in our solar system. So like a good example is like physics. Physics doesn't exist because once you get past a certain amount of weight, the general relativity math no longer exists because the weight supersedes what physics considers, what we consider like general physics.
Maybe they should change the name. Maybe they should just change.
Everything
Maybe physics should be.
all the books should be changed. And what's funny is all the books are owned by the people who own the cardboard and the paper
Mhm.
printing.
Yeah. Rockefeller.
No, not Rockefeller. It's a fucking German family. And
Well, I was saying like back in the day with this,
The
I'm
Hessian-
listening to you. Tell me if this mutes my mic, because I need to step away.
like the textbooks and shit.
yeah, all the textbooks come out of one private family from Germany.
Is this muted?
And they used to be
Wow.
controlled by like Ghislaine Maxwell's family or whatever,
Yeah,
but it's moved on to another family.
that's crazy.
Was I just muted?
No. Well, yes, possibly. I don't know.
I don't know. Here.
So let's share that. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Okay, did you hear me say yes, no with my thumbs up?
Yeah, you muted. You're fine.
Okay, cool. I gotta go
Kurt
step away.
Mexican.
Yeah, I love Kurt Metzger. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right. So anyway, this guy in the pink shirt is a chatty Cathy, but he's great. Let's see if I click the right area.
Jerk off, watch porno, eat.
Well, I need to.
I thought you said jerk off and eat porno, or so. This is how you said it. I was like, what?
So I need to mute this.
Junk food, watch TV, and then on Saturday they want to be an ayahuasca shaman.
Right.
It don't work out that way. It's not meant for that type of lifestyle and environment, and it can really fuck with you, man.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree. I think that's you're dead right.
there's an echo.
T-Cat Shovel, thanks for the T-shirt. Keep on. Oh, good. The T-shirts went out. Keep on derping the free world. This is far and away the only show that goes balls deep down the rabbit hole. Thanks, man. My
Deep today for sure. We going
And Emma,
home.
listen, Emma, Imagination Podcaster did it. She's the one to put me on to what Monarch was about, her show.
Oh, there's an echo.
So I would recommend you. And she's had Gary on, whatever, but she's had her channel taken down. Like my shit ain't been taken down. So
There you
I'm
go.
not really taking my buddy Jason Burmis, who was right about a lot of shit, and I wouldn't have listened to him back in the day when he was right when 9/11 happened. I try to go on his channel and boost him up. There's a bunch of people that go out. It's just I don't give a shit because I'm a clown for a living. So I'm just doing this because I feel like doing it. I got a whole other job, and so my livelihood don't depend on lying to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
Is that coming through good, Finn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I just heard it. I'm back.
All
You
right.
hear me?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit play again.
Sure.
Dude, when I
But a
first
lot
saw
of
you,
people-
you even look like a cross between Rob Reiner and Rodney Dangerfield.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be compared to the Natural Born Killers pedophile and also the other guy who, I mean, do you think somebody stabs their dad like that because there wasn't some
No.
issues? I don't.
Dude, Rodney was
There
funny
ain't
though. You
nobody
gotta love
going to
Rodney.
rehab 18 times because they didn't get raped by their parents. There's just no one that happens to. I don't believe it. Okay, I have a whole joke about it I do on stage about how that kid's a real spoiled brat because he had a great dad that would kiss him right on the mouth, like his
He
father
looked like
before
a
him.
psycho too. The pictures I saw of him, he had like you ever see like a girl that you know right away they have crazy eyes. He had the male version of
He
those
had the
crazy.
eyes of someone who had been traumatized at a very young age, is what
Yeah.
I see. So,
Your
bottom
picture-
line, I
Sure.
like.
Yeah, okay. I kind of want to go through this whole goddamn interview, to be honest.
Okay, set it up. Who we? Who?
What'd you say?
Set it up. Mesker and who?
Kurt Mesker and Castaldo. A Castaldo name is he'll explain who he is. He's very popular on YouTube and his eccentric little club and all that. And also Jasper, like other than me looking at your knee, that like dark energy or dark mass rather doesn't interact with it's on such a level so that it cannot interact with the periodic table of elements, right?
Hmm.
So
And again, dark matter, dark mass can't interact with the periodic table.
can't
What's dark mass?
So in the whole of everything that we live in, mass accounts for basically less than 10% of everything. And 80% of everything else is dark matter and dark mass. So there's a whole nother leg to the periodic table that we haven't even begun to stick our dick in yet.
Hmm.
What do you think about this stuff? Where like, what do you do? Like when you, are they gonna update this, this information?
Everything's already kind of being updated, if we're being honest.
Mhm.
There's been
You
a
think
lot
that-
of,
but we just, they're keeping it from us.
well, they're not keeping the publications have to keep up with everything that's happening. That's what needs to happen. The publications are not keeping up with the obvious. Just like your conscious, when you think, your mind is not pulling thoughts out of a repetition that's done in your brain. It's done in a quantum realm.
Hmm.
It's not done here. So your thoughts are done elsewhere. Your physical actions that lead up to your fight or flight responses are done elsewhere. And they're also done nowhere.
Ooh. Deep.
So that's why, like, people think that in your brain you have a file, so to speak, that you can picture in your head that has all of your memories. Your memories are not in your brain. They're not there.
Well, I guess that's where I would, like say like the collective consciousness. I kind of,
I'll be honest with you, it's pretty much proven at this point.
I think it's like I think the collective consciousness is like a library that really doesn't have a choice on what books are in it, and I think there's a lot of shitty books in there right now. Like
That's why sometimes when you're having these dreams, you have violent dreams or ludicrous dreams or dreams of the future or deja vu dreams because you're pulling out of something that doesn't revolve around time. Time is something we made up here.
Right. It's pretty good though. I mean,
yeah, it's and
pretty
you can
reliable.
explain it with a little bit of math, but really, math is broken because it's man-made, and it doesn't explain the reality of what the fuck is actually going on. That's pretty much evident at this point. Just like how Microsoft with their quantum chip, even though you can, because you remember how you can run, so in chips you can just layer ones and zeros to open channels, which will go into an area where language is put in like C++, and your ones and zeros can be put into a language that a system can understand and can present on our screen. That's literally what's happening. And Microsoft has created that chip where even though they have nanoparticles, which have a qubit or whatever that's inside of a tube is smaller than a nanoparticle, you can catch the flow and you can trigger it, so you don't need electricity anymore to get your ones and zeros. You can trigger off of the nanotube of the quirk that's inside of the nanotube, and you can trigger which side it goes off of. And inside of that system that Microsoft created, all of its calculations are done outside of this galaxy. Microsoft themselves do not know or understand how their own chips are calculating so fast in such vast amounts of information. And it's the same thing as your brain. It's not calculating in your brain. It's communicating elsewhere.
Specifically Microsoft or anybody else?
Well, Microsoft is the only public company that has come out with their chip and shown it off.
Apple didn't.
You're not going to get Apple. You're not going to get NVIDIA. You're not going to get OpenAI. You're not going to get any of those. Not until the patent is expired.
There was this, I forgot what podcast. It was like yesterday. I was listening to it. Some guys talk about it, but he was talking about the scientist split a photon in a lab, of course, split a photon and sent one down one tube and the other one down the other tube. What was it, like a long distance away from each other? And he started interacting with the one photon, or like fucking with it, like prodding it, whatever the fuck he was doing with it. And the other one that was on the other side, in zero time, no latency, was being affected as if the scientist was doing.
Yes, that's the parallel quirks. So at CERN, they have been running particles into each other, right? Mm-hmm. And they have remember those videos where they create that huge underground thing with all these little eyeball globes and everything, because they're trying to catch an anti-quirk or whatever. They're trying to catch something that is nothing, that is something once you catch it, and then you can calculate what you caught, and through the calculations you can perceive you can perceive that mass was created out of nothing, right? They have those giant things underground. Well, what they have been doing in CERN, other than it fucking with our electromagnetosphere of our Earth, in CERN, they have been able to increase the capacity of which particles slam into each other. And in that process, if you slam particles so fast and so hard and at a consistent rate of time, you can see the parallel quirks, the things that don't exist. You can make them come into existence after you slam the particles into each other and the shock wave happens. So it's only when the shock wave happens after you slam the particles into each other can you see that something that doesn't exist come into existence.
Well, I mean,
Because there's no other way. You basically have to slam two suns into each other and have an instrument that can calculate and demonstrate the veracity of the explosion of the. So they are able to do the same things in a particle accelerator, and they can slam these particles into each other to where the shock wave is so much so, and it lasts for like 0.00000000001 of a second, that if you do it so often in such a manner to where you can repeat it over and over and over again, to where you're not like sucking out of all Austria's power and everything,
mhm.
Switzerland and all that shit, you can catch through the shock wave a particle that doesn't exist.
To us, I mean, it exists, but
It doesn't exist.
But we don't, because we can't perceive. We don't know it.
Because
We don't know it.
we don't have the thing to measure it, but
Right.
we can see it.
Well,
when
it's
we
technically
do it.
not nothing. It's something, but
It's something. It's just like when you take quartz. If you have two quartz and you keep smacking them together, you can get sparks out of them, like certain rocks. So that's like technically, you're creating.
uh-oh.
Mm-mm.
I just glitched.
Just for a sec.
Neil Tyson deGrasse is freaking hacking your router, bro.
Yeah.
Why'd you lose your old channel? Is it because of this? Talking about this stuff? Or is there something specific?
I was taught. So my last channel got deleted because I was talking about what they're going to do in the Gaza Strip and what Turkey was going to do to help Trump.
It was a tiny channel, just like kind of like this one, right? And they still
Yeah, but I was talking politics during a time where I shouldn't have.
I understand. I just didn't realize that, like, I don't know, that they that a channel like yours would even show up on their radar, but I
Yeah.
guess I get it.
And then my other channel that got deleted after I was showing the actions of all of the army using continuity of government. So when they stole Trump's election in 2016, I was showing Black Hawks landing on Capitol Hill from George Webb and stuff like that. I posted a video that had I used Photoshop, and it had Rudy Giuliani, and it had Trump won in the thumbnail, and it was the video of Rudy Giuliani explaining to the Atlanta, or to the what is it, Cobb County or wherever the hell Atlanta is, that stuff that keeps stealing everything in Atlanta. I talked too much about that during election season, and that got me.
Do they tell you why? Like, if, or do they just say your channel's been deleted and you're kind of like, oh, well, I guess I was talking about that. I know why. Or did they like specify it in some like vague way or something?
So you remember 2 months ago, Donald Trump absorbed DARPA into a federal agency. So DARPA and like 5 other agencies have been absorbed into a federal agency. And that's when you started to see all these people talk online, and people started to get their accounts back. They got banned. Because remember, YouTube is DARPA. DARPA made YouTube. And I was talking about political things during a political stream when DARPA was under the control by like Nancy Pelosi and Pencil Neck Schiff. And you remember Pencil Neck Schiff, his grandfather is the personal bookkeeper for the Rothschilds family. And they also started Boy Scouts of America.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah. So Peter Schiff, the Schiff family.
Adam Schiff?
Adam Schiff, not Peter Schiff. He's the financier. Adam Schiff is the person who makes people die in helicopters from Standard Hotel. You remember Adam Schiff I got a glitch again. Hold on. So Adam Schiff, he was tied to the Standard Hotel dude. And you know the PDF bear and all that stuff. That all came out of that ethosphere of individuals. And so Adam Schiff had to make sure, amongst other people, and he died in a helicopter crash.
Oh.
So did they tell you why you got your channel struck?
Yeah, I told you.
Well, no. When like I just asked if there's a vague reason or if they did not tell you all that big thing you just told me. They didn't say that's why.
Yeah, it's fine.
No. What did
understand-
they say? Didn't they sum it up into like a sentence?
Yeah, you're crazy. I'm gonna go delete your channel.
Okay. All right.
That's what they said. Bro, I know my place and I stepped out of it. And remember, because they stole Trump's election 2016, 2020, and 2024. All three elections of Donald Trump have been stolen. And it took.
He won in 16 though.
No,
He
16
won in
was stolen.
2024. What?
No, 16 was stolen. Every election is fake in America. Every election. There's never been a real election in America. Going all the way back to John Adams. There has never been an election that has been.
Wasn't he the third? Was he the third president?
Yeah, like the third or the fourth. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
even George Washington. All elections are fake. All elections in the world are fake. No elections are real. Voting machine companies are owned by the Vatican and Mitt Romney, the Mormons, the Mormon mafia.
How'd Biden win then?
Huh?
How did Biden win then?
He didn't win. Trump won.
Okay.
And the election was stolen by proxy of the voting machines. That's why Fox gave $800 million and they paid in a check
But
to
Biden
the
won.
voting machines. And that's why Donald Trump went to Venezuela and stole homie out of Venezuela. Because voting machine companies that we use, that Mitt Romney doesn't use and all that, they come out of Venezuela. Well, they're Vatican owned, but they came out of Venezuela. All our
Biden
voting
won that
machines,
election.
all our
I didn't
voting
say-
machines.
I didn't say he didn't steal it. I just said he still won it though.
No, he didn't win it.
Well,
they
no.
added,
But
they added like
did.
30 million votes to Biden.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm just
Yeah.
saying he still won and was president for 4 years though.
No,
So
Trump
what
was
you're
president.
saying is like, I mean, it's like,
So when Trump won the election in
Yeah.
2016,
Yeah.
COG was started, the continuity of government, because the election was stolen. And the election was stolen by people who were stealing it. Does that make sense?
I'm
So
just trying to
Trump
think.
should have
If you-
never
if
won.
you think elections are all like, decided, why did Biden win? And you said he didn't, but he did.
No. I said in 2016. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
You thought that was the real Biden?
The real Biden's been dead since like 2000 something. We haven't seen the real Biden in shit.
Well, then who was it?
It was his 2 or 3 body doubles.
Mm-hmm.
All
You
right.
couldn't tell? Remember
was-
the winter of
You remember like the 6'5" tall Joe Biden?
I don't know the man.
Do you remember that? He came out of the White House. He's like
Tall as a
6
motherfucker.
foot 5 inches tall. That's a mask. Jim Carrey probably played Joe.
A bunch of people are
Biden.
getting a bunch of people are, or I'm saying a bunch of people, but more people are starting to pop up with body doubles or
Yeah, you
looking
know,
different or
yeah. You know, John
I watched that
McCain
Jim
was
Carrey shit
executed.
yet.
Right?
mm,
John McCain was executed.
damn.
That's why we have all this New Mexico and Arizona problems. When Obama was going against John McCain, Obama was always going to win because he was controlled and funded by Mohammed bin Salman's cousin. And you remember in Las Vegas, they tried to kill Mohammed bin Salman, but that whole thing failed and they shot the crowd. That whole thing was to kill Mohammed bin Salman, and that's why you saw Mohammed bin Salman get taken out of the casino floor with 8 special ops forces in the security video.
They said
Because yeah, Mohammed bin Salman was in Las Vegas when they did the Las Vegas shooting, and all of the top pilots of Saudi Arabia were there to train. And they tried to kill Muhammad. And then remember, what's that motherfucker? Judas, they put upside down on an X, right?
Mhm.
12 apostles, they put Judas on an X. Eric Prince got to interrogate the guy who's always seen in those pictures with Michael Jackson upside down on an X. Eric Prince got to, and Eric Prince is Blackwater. This is all a big game. And remember, Eric Prince's sister, she was Donald Trump's Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, the DeVos family. Eric Prince, he is DeVos. It's a big mafia game. I'll give you another example. Ellen DeGeneres, her father. The reason why Ellen DeGeneres got to interview the guy who saved the people in Las Vegas, her father used to work in a car crushing place
Oh,
in Las Vegas. And what happens in car crushing places? And then Ellen DeGeneres, MGM, gets her own Ellen DeGeneres show.
mm.
Mhm.
With a Turkish bathhouse in the back.
Yeah. It's all a big mafia game. Bro, it's Godfather.
Mm.
Godfather. Okay. I have to pee.
All right.
As well at the same
Crazy
time.
world.
This is not an interview show. I don't know what to tell you people. Anyway, let's welcome our guest, R.A. Castaldo. Bring in R.A. How you doing, brother?
What's up? We're about to get derped hard. What's up, brother?
Yeah, I got I donate to a dog ministry in my area that brother David Schitler, his name is, and he does fine work. It's a normal name, Schitler. It's not. There's no reason to be immature about it. To the people watching.
Well, I
Dave-
know somebody named Jack Wiener. I mean, how do you name your son?
Yeah, Jack Wiener, because they didn't call it Jack. I have no idea why you would do that. It seems like you're sabotaging on purpose.
Well, it's a Jewish name. There's a lot of Jewish people in New York here, so. But
Is
why would you
Wiener?
name-
There's
Yeah.
not there's no
There's a
German
lot of
Wieners.
wieners in New York, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one frazzle drip wiener. So all right, your background is you're a Strega? Is that what you said to me?
No. Yes. Yes. and no.
Bloodlines of a
I mean,
Strega?
I do have Italian mysticism in my blood, right? And it's sort
You
of
gotta wear a condom, dude. I told you. I'm shitting.
yeah, no, I know, dude, I love it. Don't trust me. I'm gonna have fun today with it. And I'm one of the few people in the world I actually think that's qualified to discuss plasma physics within mythology and within the ancient writings.
It's
Not
very
only-
interesting.
Yeah, not only do I have a background and I'm a senior undergraduate in plasma physics, but me and you are the same age, right?
Oh,
I have
really?
over false that they were never gods to begin with. They were
Right,
never.
you're right. What kind of rituals, just out of curiosity? Like, what would you describe as that?
For instance, the reason why I inherited some of the traits that goes back in my family is I was born a certain way. I was born, they call it a call birth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know what it is. You could look it up online. It's spelled Caul, but I was born in call, Encaul. This is when like my mom's water never broke. I still came out the regular way, but still enveloped in the amniotic
Hey,
sac.
bros, I gotta hop off.
And actually, it was in call birth with nuchal cord birth. All right, so I was born still in the. Every baby at birth is given
That's
a code
crazy.
at the hospital when they're born. Every baby, you're about to get derped with this right now. Every baby born, I don't give a hell if you're born inside the veil like I was, how they call it, or you're born just regular. Every baby at birth is given a code at the hospital when they're born. This number or code, it has their blood type. It has certain characteristics of your birth, your parents' is, all types of stuff, right?
And it's wholly controlled by the Vatican Church.
Hey, I gotta hop off. I'm still gonna listen. I got some stuff to do.
All right, Jeff.
Take care, guys. Yeah, it's fun. Thanks for having me on.
Doing it fun.
Gator Gator.
Take care, guys.
Wow. Insanity. Absolute insanity.
Yeah, it's like when you hear people like, "Oh, they're gonna know my blood." You fucking idiot! They know your blood from the hospital you were born in.
Right.
They know your mother's blood. They know everyone. Specifically, if you're born in a Catholic-related institution, because they want to know your blood.
Yeah, I forgot what my blood type is. I don't even know.
I got a common blood. It don't matter.
I forgot. I don't know. It might be like AB or something. I don't know. Or I don't think I'm O, but I'm not sure. Maybe.
O face. The first zombie president. George Bush had I think two. George Bush Jr. I think had two body doubles. George Bush Sr. Remember he had that heart attack in China when he was with Premier Yao or Dao or Mao or Meow. He had a heart attack and threw up, and they threw him on television right after he had a heart attack. That's at least one body double. Hillary Clinton, she had the whatever the hell she had at the 9/11 memorial, and then they put out that woman who clearly wasn't her, who was her body double, when she fainted and lost her shoe. And she came out with two shoes, the same shoes, but she had lost her shoe when she left the 9/11 memorial. So the CIA used to show off how good their masks were on C-SPAN.
Right.
You had the one woman who used to work close to whatever that shithead was who was running the CIA during Clinton. And then you had these ladies run into George Bush Jr. and they would come on C-SPAN and they would have the full prosthetic mask on. And she took that shit off.
Yeah.
Live on C-SPAN. Live on fucking C-SPAN. So, motherfucker.
I saw that video. Kind of recently.
Yeah, and they've been doing. We haven't had a real government since Abraham Lincoln, and Abraham Lincoln died and somehow had signed a document creating the Secret Service. You're a republic if you can keep it. And we've been trying real hard to keep it.
I guess. That's,
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I guess, man. Better than Britain.
Well, we are an offshoot of Britain. You
Mm.
remember when before Benjamin Franklin got all that Declaration of Independence stuff organized?
Mm-hmm.
He was in Europe training. Well, one, he was born and bred into the pamphleteering copyright the fraud. He was raised in fraud, and then they trained him in Europe how to bring the postal service to America. And at the same time, while he was in Europe, learning after he's already learned how to counterfeit money and all that, they send him to Europe where he learns how to create the postal service, and he starts the Nine Sisters Masonic Lodge with Voltaire. And then he comes back to America.
Mm.
Showing you some shit.
And this information is sold out from the
Of course.
hospital.
Yeah,
Right.
I have no problem believing that.
Right.
Look,
And now,
the funeral
from
home.
there, certain
They just busted
agencies that-
somebody. Yeah. Remember
Yeah, so
they
now
just
from
arrested
there-
people selling body parts out of the funeral.
oh hell yeah.
Of course, at both ends of the cycle, there's somebody going to be making a
Oh
quick
yeah.
buck.
Now that's just the start of it.
Yeah.
Now it's sold to certain agencies that you
Who started funeral homes?
Not sure.
Egypt
Hmm.
with pharaohs. Pharaoh started one of the biggest monopolies that Pharaoh had during the height of the Hyksos Egyptian Empire was mastering the ritual of being buried, and they monopolized it. And those same families who started funeral homes all the way back then still exist today.
Fucking A.
Still exist today.
use this code as sigils in Star Magic, right? And they
How's
use
that
it.
work?
So what in the ancient, this goes back to ancient Persia and beyond. They have the 4 royal stars, and they'll use it at certain times of the year, like the solstices and the equinoxes. And you have the Gregorian Italian mysticism, or they are the watchers, the Irin, right? They are the
Oh,
fallen ones.
the
They are the
Irin,
ones
okay.
that guard the dimensional planes. If you draw a magic circle, you're evoking them. They can smell the circle as you before you even take out the chalk to draw it. They're surrounding you.
What do you mean by that? Like they're
They come from the light. They come from the streams, from the stars, from the plasma, so to say, right? From the sun. They come from the light. You can't see them in this reality. They're an unseen substance, but they're whispering in the thoughts and minds of humanity, right? You can call them archons. You can call them in the Lhasa of Etruscan. You know, you can call them the jinn, these beings of smokeless fire that you can't see. This is all plasma, right? These are all light beings, the light of the universe.
plasma,
Fuck
smokeless
dang.
fire. Right,
Yeah,
right,
so
right,
you can
right,
you can
yeah.
call them what have you.
But
but
they,
these
okay, wait,
beings
wait.
are
So the
evoked.
gin, wait. The gin were always made from plasma, but the
Wait,
Watchers
in their
were
realm
flesh
is
and
the
blood at
magnetic-
one point. Were they not in the mythology that or lore, however you want to call it? Weren't the Watchers flesh and blood, and that's why they were mating, and then they got in some
Yeah.
kind of trouble, and they're not allowed to do that no more.
Yeah, you have the Watchers, and the jinn would basically be like offspring of the Watchers.
The Watchers
Creations
were
of the Watchers, right?
Okay.
These are
Sephiroth,
all
right?
species and hierarchies within the light of the universe, within the plasma of the universe. You can look at the gods of the ancient world as the suns and stars and major plasma in the cosmos, like nebulas and galaxies and things like that. And then you can look at the children of the sun, the children of the gods, or the attendants of the gods as the structures that form within that plasma, right?
The
Within that,
attendants, is that what you just said?
yeah,
what
like
does
the
that mean?
attendants of the gods, like the nymphs and the fairies and the children of the gods, all these attendants of the gods, right? That help
Okay.
them carry their orchestra of light, right?
Okay.
It's not people. like Enki and Enlil, they were never people. They're
Right.
cosmic sort. They're cosmic.
So what do you think of that, Finn?
A lot of mumbo jumbo, but hey, I like it.
Is it though? So
Um,
you know the little pouches. So you got to think about it from listen to what he's saying.
I mean, I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's like. I don't know. It's hard for me to just be like.
Well, listen to what he's saying and
Well, I
think about
don't-
it from an agrarian. So agrarianism is like the first people who were able to like plant and sow seeds and domesticate cattle and stuff like that. So you know that little pouch that you always see that the people in the carvings, they have a little purse in their hand. You know what I'm talking about? Like in the Persian areas and the Babylonian areas and in Iraq and all that, you see the carvings. They always have like a upside down U shape, and they're carrying a box, which is like a purse.
Sure. Right.
You know, all right. So that purse, that box, is the ancestral understanding of the way that they thought. So in that purse, the handle is space. It's the stars. And the bag is the ocean that spreads into the stars. So they're the way they perceive like being a deity is through this eternal ocean that flowed into the stars. So if you could imagine being an agrarian person coming up with the earliest religions, because you're just making shit up at this point, and you're on the shores of a beach, and you remember the stars back in the day, they were 23 degrees different, especially before the destruction, the Younger Dryas period. The Earth was 23 degrees more upward, or whatever you want to call it. And the plane of our stars would have shown, like, you know how the Big Dipper rotates around the North Star, and it creates the swastika, which is the 4 seasons. So if you could imagine yourself living all the way back then, the North Star and the Big Dipper would have come up parallel to the horizon. That's why the third star in the Big Dipper is the stumbling archer or the stumbling soldier, because in the agrarian culture back then, the Big Dipper was the soldiers that had made their way. It was like the early version of the hero's journey, so to speak. At the end of the journey, you would come upon the cow with the big udders who would put milk in your mouth. Right. You can that's kind of how this was. And then that cow later became a dragon. And then the dragon later became a damsel in distress. It's like the original version of the hero's journey was the trials and tribulations of the individual as they went along the Big Dipper in their journey. That's like a person's journey. So if you are looking at what he is saying in the perspective of people who lived 10,000 plus years ago, it's not silly. It makes sense because everybody back then was silly. They're retarded. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They didn't even have an alphabet. It was whatever the tribes had made up, coalesced and tribe. And that story had lived on for X amount of millennia, right? So that's why I'm saying this guy kind of talks a lot, but you gotta You got to hear what he's saying and look at it from the perspective of individuals who lived far, far, far long time ago.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
You know, fundamentals and principles and laws of the universe, right? So Enki basically is the celestial abyss, the lord of the plasma waters, right? And his brother Enlil is the cosmic winds, the winds of the cosmos, and them together is what brings creation in planetary systems. Their Enki's literal name is Anki, where heaven and earth meet. It's literally
Right.
the magnetosphere that builds around planetary systems for life to flourish.
And that's
Or-
also something thinking entity, or
Yeah, it's a plasma entity. All different hierarchies of plasma entities.
Well,
There's
here's what I'm trying to
species.
understand. Like, how is he
Yeah.
individuated from the concept of that? So there's the concept that you just described, and then there's a guy. I'm just saying a guy, but
Yeah, because a lot, like when you have people of enormous power or
Mhm.
places of enormous power, they are named after the celestial counterpart. Like,
Mm.
you know, you have a person of power, they want to be named after a sun or after the cosmic winds or something like this, right? Or if you have a great body of water like the Nile's named after the Eridanus River constellation,
Mhm.
right? It's named after its
Mm.
celestial counterpart, right? So when you have a great mountaintop, it's named after the magnetic mountain in the magnetosphere, like Olympus, right? That's the
Mhm.
magnetic mountain. And bro, I'm one. This is all from my work, right? I've uncovered some of this that you can't.
And
Good
you
stuff,
know,
though.
what'd you say?
Good stuff, though.
Yeah, and you know CERN. So you know, like our planet, right? We have the magnetosphere that bubbles off of our planet because
Right.
we have a molten core.
Yep.
CERN is specifically placed in a region where the magnet, the sphere, the whole thing of whatever our Earth is, it comes out of that area and these lower foothills of the mountains of the Po Valley of Switzerland and all that shit, right? And they are able to run that CERN machine. And when remember I was telling you about those particles, and they're able to, when they run that shit at full throttle, it literally pulls in our magnetosphere.
Fucking A.
Yeah, and then remember in Terminator 2 is all about CERN. You remember like when the fucking Terminator is running the thing and they turn on CERN and the fucking Terminator gets like magnetized against the tubes?
Right. I forgot about that.
That's
Holy
CERN.
shit.
That's fucking, it's
Crazy.
Find anywhere else. Some people have stolen some of my work and reusing it, but this is all stuff that it's took me 30 years to uncover.
Well, it's weird because I haven't heard this before, but I've heard stuff that kind of ties into what you're saying, where it kind of like pings off of that, which is kind
Yeah,
of
I'm even like more qualified to talk about the mythology part than Anthony Perrott. Anthony Perrott is a
Okay.
plasma physicist, right? And he found the Squatter Man petroglyph that has to do with a lot of his plasma experiments. Right.
So that I've only heard of that a long time ago from what was the guy's name? Armored Skeptic, I want to say. This is a while ago. He had a video about that, with that squatting man being the Aurora Boreal, like
yeah,
something
dude, that's
magnetic.
everything. That's even in the. See, I brought some visuals for you guys today too, so you guys can
Oh,
see. So
shit.
even in, let's see, you got and he has the magnetic field lines coming out from his head
Mhm.
and a ring of auroras, and they're introducing plasma into magnetic fields, and they have all the aurora emanations around the ring,
Mhm.
right? That's all plasma physics right there. It's talking about bursts of light. Plasma is being introduced into a magnetic field. Yeah, and all.
So what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's freaking interesting shit, man. A little bit over my head, but
So, you know, Shiva is the bringer of death, is the
fucking-
bringer of consequence, so to speak.
Mm.
And you remember you had those videos that leaked out where they were doing the ritual in front of the Shiva statue that's at CERN before they turned on the CERN machine. They were
Fuck.
doing the whole shebang.
Fucking weirdos.
Mm. Mm.
People
Oh,
fucking
with Shiva is plasma physics. So I'll blow your guys' mind right now with this. So you have Shiva, who has the legend of the Ganga Dahara story,
Mhm.
right? According to this
I
myth,
assume, yeah.
right, the river Ganges, right, was a celestial river at first, a
Mm.
plasma river, a plasma stream,
Mhm.
right? So the legend of the Ganga Dahara with Shiva says that the river Ganges was a heavenly river destined to descend to earth, right?
Okay.
And her force was so powerful, it was so immense that it threatened to shatter and shake our planet and strip it of its atmosphere. But Shiva, in his form as the Ganga Dahara, right,
Mhm.
which means bearer of the heavenly Ganga, he catches this
Ganja.
celestial river in his matted locks. They call it the
And Vertra, remember, in the have you ever read the Avestan or the Rig Veda or anything like that?
Uh-uh.
So in the old religions, like you know how the Jews and the Zionists in the Bible have the clay figure thing, or the figure that is turned into salt.
Mm.
Vertra or Tiamat, they shit out, and the river that he's talking about, that river ends up splitting. One, because of the deluge that had happened during the Younger Dryas period, and that's why, like inside of the pyramid, the Giza pyramids, there is salt deposits. And how do salt deposits end up in a pyramid that is X amount of feet in the entrances off of the ground, off of the bedrock? Because
Mm.
remember, the Giza pyramid is bedrock, and 30 to 40% of the interior of the Giza pyramid is pure bedrock. It's a most ancient primitive cave, the most important cave that I would assume that these people thought at the time, and that's why they encapsulated it in a white encasing. How in the hell is there salt deposits inside of these caves?
Mm. Oh, yeah, shit.
Could it be a
What's up,
flooding?
Mighty Healthy?
Could it be a flooding?
Maybe.
Right. So you remember in Norway and the Sweden area, you know how you got those big ass mountains in that Norway strip, that really silly looking thing of Norway. There is evidence that proves that the ice glaciers that built up on top of that mountain area had slipped and fell into the ocean. And that flood is, you ever heard of Doggerland?
No, not at all.
So Doggerland is between Britain and above Brussels. And it's this giant area that is now underwater, but used to be above ground. Because you remember back in the day, the water level was 20, 30, 40, 50 meters lower. So this Doggerland area, which is Britain, goes to France and Germany right here, all of that was inundated with this giant collapse out of Norway. And it is wise to assume that there had probably been an issue to where you had a giant tidal scenario which had inundated Egypt. Because you remember where Egypt is right now, where the pyramids are, there used to be trees and alligators and crocodiles and flamingos, and like where the Sphinx is, the erosion where the Sphinx is, the amount of erosion that is calculated in that area is significant. So the waters used to come up right to the Sphinx. that's like how inundated the river was coming out of what is it, like the, not Sudan, but whatever the hell that goes into Egypt, that goes into the Nile River and floods out into the ocean of the Mediterranean Sea. That water was so fucking high, it was literally at the toes of the Sphinx. Not really, but maybe like 10, 20 feet below her.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine a tidal wave so significant, or an issue, or a scenario. Because remember, in the Mediterranean Sea, X amount of thousands of years ago, that motherfucker had almost been completely dried up.
Wow.
Yeah, and it wasn't until the strait from Spain, the Portuguese Strait, where all the ships go into the Mediterranean Sea. That used to be a land bridge, and that whole land bridge collapsed. And that land bridge collapsed because the Mediterranean Sea used to be fresh water. And you can see in the satellite photos of the water and all the studies that they've done on the internet, you can tell when that flood happened. You can tell. So what I'm saying is those pyramids are old. They're old. They're not
4,000, 6,000.
They're not 3,000, 4,000 years old. It's impossible. It's impossible.
I'll be right back. I
Impossible.
gotta. I forgot I had the oven heated up. Some checking.
All right, cool.
I'll be right back.
All right. Take your shirt off. Turn down the AC.
Jata, his matted hair. He catches it and controls the celestial river in his matted hair, and then he contains it within his hair, and then he later releases it in these gentle streams to nourish the earth. Mm-hmm. Now, this is the most intimate, beautiful plasma physics. You have the sun, the star, Shiva, with a massive solar event like a CME coming towards Earth. It would shake the planet and strip it of its atmosphere. But Shiva, he catches this solar storm coming at the planet in his matted hair, his jata. Now, the solar wind, the very solar wind that forms those coronal mass ejections, is the same thing that catches those storms and stretches it out as the magnetosphere. So the solar wind is what forms the shape of our magnetosphere. And they even describe it in plasma physics as taffy spreading out, just like matted hair, right? Just like matted hair. So Shiva, literally, they're talking about this thousands of years before we have this, right? In the Ramayana, they repeat the story. And in the Vedas, they repeat the story, right? They're talking about Shiva literally catching a celestial river in his hair, right? In the solar wind, and stretching it out, and then releasing it at the poles as these gentle streams, these rivers within the side of the magnetosphere.
Man, I wish this guy did a better job at explaining this. So all he is explaining is a celestial event that people witnessed and they saw. So could you imagine the earth completely null of all artificial light, and what it must have been to have seen a coronal mass ejection hitting the earth, so much so that it tilted the earth 23 degrees. It burnt in Egypt, there are burnt rocks in Gobekli, or not Gobekli Tepe, but in the Peru areas or whatever, in the shit that they have all the way up top, they have rocks that are burnt. These rocks are burnt. They're the only way these rocks could get burnt, and the only way that the rocks could get burnt in Egypt is if you had this massive coronal ejection that was so fucking horrible that it literally melted rocks that still exist today. They still exist. You can go there on tour and see these rocks that are decaying and melted. And the rocks that are next to them outside of the flare that are within a few yards of them are not burnt. So you gotta like, so this guy, he's telling the truth, but he is not making it clear for the. You got to picture this as if you were the person at the time living in, experiencing it, and not listening to the hyperbolic nonsense of like the braided hair catching the whatever. You know what I mean? Makes sense.
Nourish your new life.
Hey, wait. I need you to show me how to convert a Word doc to a PDF again.
Seriously?
So is there anything I was watching somebody talk about something you know, what do they call it in stupid magic of assuming your god form, where you like this Shiva thing, is it like there's some person who's also channeling this cosmic being, and that's how there would be Shiva on Earth?
Yeah, well, yeah, dude. I mean, originally, I think Shiva was a plasma entity in the ancient writings, right? And he's and he has his trident, right? It's representing different things converging. That's the Squatter Man symbol right there. The trident, his Trishula. They cool. That's where the word trident comes from.
I thought the
From
guy was
Shiva's
going
Trish-
like this, and his dick was. You're telling me to try to. I really did think it was like two legs and a dick, and a guy going, "Hey," like that.
But that trident, it converges into a plasma cone, or
Right.
what they call in plasma physics a Z-pinch formation, right? It's consistent with Anthony Perrot's findings, or even petroglyphs that have plasma, you know. And there's a point on his trident that they call Kashi. It's where the city of Varanasi was named after. And right, it's the spot, the city of light, the spot on his trident. The focal.
What is Varanasi? I don't know what Varanasi is.
Kashi. Varanasi is the city in next to the Ganges in India. Varanasi.
Oh, yeah, I don't. And Kashi, I know is. I know.
Yeah, they literally named that city. It used to be called Benares many years ago, right? It was the holy city, right? And now they called it Varanasi, but there's a nickname, Varanasi, but there's a nickname for that city called Kashi, the city of light, and that's the focal point on Shiva's trident, the Kashi point. That's the core of the plasma instability, or the city of light, where the high energy plasma discharge centers on the trident before the explosion. All of this is discussing magnetic reconnection, dude.
And all he is talking about is clearly people who knew a lot of early math and words knew what magnetic polarity could do to an Earth after a huge solar flare event. You get what I mean? And so if you got CERN, who's in the foothills of all these mountains,
Back.
the Earth is fucking messing with me. The Earth has many spots that the magnetic polarity pulls out of, and it connects to the area. What would you say? Perpendicular to where it came out. Is how the magnetic. You know, you've seen the way you've put a magnet around a bunch of iron, it'll create this like web of things. Like it'll just like web out the perfect polarity of the magnet.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. So clearly they had an understanding of that back in the day. They had to have. One, all of their rock styles are the same throughout the world. The pyramids, all this stuff, the Incans, all their rock carving, all their stuff was the same. And what's funny is the entrance of a lot of these pre-Younger Dryas areas, the entrance door, because you remember you always had the door be open to the winter or the summer solstice. Well, they're 23 degrees off kilter. Why are they 23 degrees off kilter? Because we were fucking snacked. And that's why the doors, if you were to readjust the planet back to 23 degrees tilt, to the tilt that it was when they built these temples, the winter or the summer solstice would shine directly through those doors. But now they don't. They're 23 degrees off kilter.
Mhm.
That's
You said
why
that.
it makes sense. It all makes sense. And so, like, clearly they were able to make and carve and move giant rocks. Clearly they knew how to do that. We don't even know how to do that with the shit we have now. We can't make the stuff that they make now unless we add millions of dollars, billions of dollars, a lot of influence, and like crazy nonsensical shit to get these things made. It all makes sense, right?
As much as I could tell, I mean, you know, yeah, I'm not, a lot of this shit is way over my head.
I think it's actually very simple, and they've muddied the waters of how simple it is.
Mm.
They're saying the magnetic poles always flip. They always flip. They flip. I think they've done studies where you can literally see where the magnetic pole moves. Like it's something you can study with technology. So there's going to be a point to where that magnetic pole flips, but that still doesn't do anything with tilting the planet and where these original doors were, which are now 23 degrees off kilter. That's magnetic polarity switches, I think, are insignificant and mean nothing. I think they've happened all the time. All the time. I think you can even do studies, deep core studies with oxygen, with the oxygen bubbles. You can tell where, through the deep cores, you can tell where the magnetic polarity was at the time of when you're taking the core. So, I mean, the polarity switching is nothing. You don't want the planet to move. I think that's something much more dramatic.
Right.
Mm.
Is that it from that guy?
What?
Was that it from that guy with talking Kirk?
I mean, there's more to it, but it would be
Oh.
like literally 2 more hours.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I just think, you know, I feel like there's new conversations, new way of thinking, new way of putting it together. A lot of these people are saying different words to explain what they mean. You know what I mean? Like, it almost feels like everybody is not everybody. It almost feels like a large amount of people are waking up to the nonsense that's been going on.
A lot of these old motherfuckers are dying too. Like
Mhm.
it's gonna be like an exchange of powers or responsibility, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, like what they were saying, like yeah, the elite don't act like what they do to society don't happen to their families or kids or whatever. Like there was
Oh, it happens.
There's a story of this one building or whatever CEO or his kid went trans and freaking he was like, oh shit, oh whoa, hold up. He was like, hold on, not my kid.
What, Elon Musk?
No, this was well, he talks against it though.
They got his son. You know,
That guy's a fucking retard. His son's a fucking idiot.
the great uh, the great granddaughter of Disney is transgender, and they sit on the board of Disney.
Fucking devil worshippers. Fucking Satanists and shit.
It's either they worship something or they worship themselves. One of the two.
Well, at least they can fucking, perish one day.
Do you notice the plasma? So we had aliens and we had grays and the praying mantis
Yeah, the man.
things. And now we have plasma aliens or angels.
Plasma angel. What's like the plasma clinics or whatever where they draw plasma from you?
Well,
What?
that's where the whole plasma thing came from.
So what do they use plasma for in those clinics? What are they getting it for?
It's a vibration. That because like a neuron or whatever, it's never still, like, so you can't take a picture of it. That's like the same reason why you have a hard time finding something that's parallel but in a quantum realm that's not next to each other. You gotta have these explosions happen all the time, so maybe one time you'll catch them right next to each other, because otherwise its parallel version of itself is light years to eternity away from each other, but they exist and they do not exist at the same time. And when you try to view them, when you try to look at them, they'll decay, because the energy that your telescope or your microscope or your eyes uses is too much for what you're looking at, and you will clearly miss it, or it'll decay by the time you're able to calculate how you viewed it. So how do you deal with something like that?
Right. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Your eyesight is too strong for it. It'll decay it and make it go away. All right, I'm getting sleepy.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting hungry. I was making some soup, heating up some soup, canned soup with I don't know, lab grown ingredients. They didn't tell me which ones. I don't know if it's the veggies or the meat or the noodles. I don't know what it is. Don't know.
I don't think I ate today.
You didn't eat anything?
I had a granola bar.
What? That's it? You fucking man.
I'm trying out this old school shit, dude. I'm trying to understand how they understood. Like not eating, you stay hydrated, but like practicing this stuff that they talk about in their sleep and stuff like that. I'll try it, dude. I'll try it. Chris,
Do you,
go ahead. I've seen stuff in my vision when I have my eyes closed.
Uh-huh.
I've seen a house. I've seen a fence. I've seen the back of a head. Like I've seen like this. So I'm trying to understand how to get there to see that more often. Yeah, metabolism. You got to give a rest. Just stay hydrated to keep your headaches down.
This one guy said he had stage 4 cancer or something, and he didn't eat for like 3 weeks or like a month, and and then he didn't, and then like the cancer went away.
Yeah. Well, that's
I mean, what do you got to lose at that point? Shit, if that's the fucking thing, then that's a hell of a lot cheaper than the actual procedure or whatever, or having to fucking completely die just because, you know what I mean? Like, bad fucking medical practice. Just fucking starve. You're gonna die anyway, I guess. Fucking starve yourself to fucking near death and then see what happens. I don't know. Your body will eat that shit up.
Yeah. Eat it.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Oh,
man.
okay.
I'm
all right.
passing out, Finn.
Well, it's good to see you, man. Sorry it wasn't too full of energy or anything. I'm just fucking.
I'd stream randomly because I had a thought. I was feeling tired earlier. You going to stream tomorrow or next day?
Not sure.
Because I got up early today. That's why I'm tired. What time is it? 1:30.
I got used to not streaming now. It's kind of like and now I'm not really talking. Like I'm not talkative because I don't spend my time talking. So like I kind of like got out the habit of it. But that's kind of good. It's good.
You have to rest your mind.
Yeah, I definitely got some. Oh yeah. And
you got to practice seeing things in your vision with your eyes closed.
I don't want to deal with that shit, man.
All right, I'm going to bed.
All right, I'll see you. Good night.